This guy is amazing.
This is where I made my home. This is where I live. 2008.
Now, Chris, what are you hoping to get across to these kids?
Just basically, just telling them my life story and telling them, the heart and the desire and the mental toughness that you have to accomplish your dreams and your goals. If you set your bar high, you go after it, you can accomplish anything. I got to the NBA. I made a bad choice in my life, which I've explained to them, and I changed my lifestyle. And I came back to the NBA my second time. So I'll just try to give them my life story and an example of what not to do, and just to be aware of that it's out there, and to be aware of it so that way you can make better choices.
Now, are you encouraging self-expression and creativity amongst the kids?
Well, of course. You got to express your personality. I definitely express mine. Like you said, you wanted to see a Birdman dance, but I don't dance. I just flap my wings.
Now, the Birdman flapping of the wings, not a dance, has evolved into so much over the years. First, it started out over the head, and then I've seen one arm. Can you show me so I can get it down and have our viewers a little taste of something in the camp?
Don't be jocking my style.
At jocklife.com?
That's right. Check it out.
Now, your teammate Linus Kliese just signed overseas. You started your career with China. Tell us a little bit about playing overseas.
Knowing what it's like to play in a foreign country was tough. Because coming from a small town in Texas and going over to a third world country, it was tough to adapt to, but I made the adjustments, and I had a great experience over there, and I know we're going to go over there for a couple of preseason games. And I'm really anxious to get back over there and see what it's like again. We're going to play the Indiana Pacers in, I think, Taiwan and Beijing or something like that. I started my career in China, so when I came back, it was within a year I was playing in the NBA. And that experience helped me because I was actually playing against Yao Ming whenever he was with the Shanghai Sharks over there. So going against a big 7'6" cat like that was very self-improving on my skills. So when I came back into the States and I went to the NBA, it was more comfortable coming into that situation.
Now, Chris, you just signed a very lucrative contract extension with the Nuggets. Did you know you wanted to stay in Denver?
Well, of course, and I'm pretty sure Denver didn't want me to go to any other team, just because basically what I've done defensively and how I help the team on the defensive end gets me into trouble sometimes as far as my celebrations go, because I'll block it, it'll stay in bounds, they run down there and they score. So there's no need for me to really run down the court. But being here in Denver for the next 5 years is very homey to me, because this is where I made my home, this is where I live during my suspension, this is where I created my home. Mark Bryant embraced me into his home, and everybody around the city had been more than touching to me. So they really embraced me as the Birdman here in the city. So when I signed here for 5 years, it was just the greatest feeling in the world.
Now, can we expect to see you starting this year?
No, I'm not trying to take anybody's spot. I'm just trying to improve some of my aspects on what I need to do as far as defense and offense.
What are you doing to step up your game in the offseason? I noticed you shooting some threes.
Well, I've been doing that, but last season I wanted to be an impact on the defensive end, and I want to be a defensive impact again this season. I want to be that threat that the Nuggets need. As far as trying to improve my game, Matt Freya, Steve Haas have been working me out physically and conditioning me. My fiance Brandon Newman, she's got me in Pilates.
Now, do you feel the Nuggets are better positioned going into this season?
Well, of course. We've been in that situation. We've been under that pressure, so we know what it takes to be that great this season, and we're going to go into it being a team that's been there and want more and being more hungry to get to the finals and win a championship